Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Michael. And I'm very happy to share my experience about AI R&D from industries. And today, my topic is about AI drives disruptive innovation. And this is two topics I'm going to talk about today. One is about the introduction. I will give you a brief introduction about TCL and the TCL corporate research. And the second, I will give you the brief introduction about how we do the AI innovation in the industries to solve the real world problem. Okay, so just let's begin. Okay, TCL is world leading company with semiconductor display and consumer electronics. We have three industries. First one is about the semiconductor display, and we always call it screen. We can produce different size, different materials, and different resolutions display. And we are worldwide second and third place in the semiconductor display industries. And also we have the consumer electronics. We can produce televisions, mobiles, refrigerators, air conditioners. And we are also the third place in the television industries in the worldwide. And since last year, we are involved in the third industries, which is the solar green technologies. We can produce the solar photovoltaic chips for the productions, and we are the first place in this industry in the worldwide. 2020 TCL revenue reached $25 billion US. And this makes us one of the best company in the worldwide for the consumer electronics and semiconductor display. Actually, 2021 is the 40th anniversary for TCL. In last 40 years, TCL already reached many business success. For example, we are the first company to produce the push-button television, push-button telephones in China. We also the first company to produce LCD televisions and internet smart televisions in China. So we can see there are many business success from TCL in the last 40 years. And how can we do that? How can we reach that? One of the major reasons is we put a lot of efforts on the research and development and the innovation. So TCL Corporate Research is the central government department of the TCL. So we put a lot of efforts on the innovations and the emerging technologies. At current, TCL Corporate Research focus on the new materials research and AI research and development. So in 2020, TCL invested about 8.5 billion Chinese renminbi for the R&D. And we are going to increase that every year. And we also have the 77,000 patents in the worldwide total. And also we have many research engineers. In TCL Corporate Research, we have more than 250 AI engineers in the worldwide in 6 research centers. And also we have more than 100 materials, chemists, physics, research engineers as well. So about more than 350 engineers in TCL Corporate Research, we have more than 10% of them have PhD degrees. And also almost 50% of them under 30 years old. So we are a young team and with many potentials. And in the Hong Kong Research Center established from 2015, and we are all focused on the AI research and the development. And also, like Michael just introduced, we established this AI Joint Research Center last year. And because we want to put more efforts, we want to invest more, and we are looking for the best innovation in Hong Kong. And the Hong Kong team, we are put a lot of efforts on the AI research and the development. In the last few years, we already put many AI applications on our products, such as the televisions, mobile phones, smart home, and smart manufacturing. I will give you more applications and demos later on, but this is just the example. For example, we have put over AI applications in the AI assistant voice control on our smart TV. And we have AI recommendation system, and we have over different AI applications from video understanding, super resolution, extra. And all of these AI applications can be used in the different shape, different size, and the different materials of the smart TVs. And also the mobile phones. Yes, TCL also do the mobile phones. We sold more than 20 million devices every year in the worldwide, in European country, in American, and all of these AI applications for the cameras, we put this on our mobile phones and to help the people to get the best pictures and the, user experience. And in this year, we are going to produce the under screen, the next generation of the mobile phones, under screen, foldable mobile phones. All of these AI applications will be used in these products. And also in the smart manufacturers, we have the AI applications on the defects inspection and have the smart control in the manufacturers. And all of this has been used in the TCL. TCL investigated more than 200 billion renminbi in the Shenzhen, in Wuhan, and we have 8 manufacturers to produce the semiconductor display screen and the televisions as well. So this is just a few examples that how AI can be used in our products and our manufacturers. But the question is, how can we do that? How can we make the AI technology really to solve some problems in the real world in industries? So next, I will share my experience in the industries. How can we do the AI and R&D? Okay, before I talk about the details, let's have a look at the overall strategy view about the AI in TCL. In TCL, we think AI can solve many problems, including the high performance computing, perception intelligence, and the recognitive intelligence. And we focus on the research on AI to find the different theory and different methods. And we focus on the application innovation. We want to find the new applications in our products for our users. And also we doing the industry data management. We can have the more data so we can do more AI applications. And also we put lots of efforts on the development and the deployment to make sure the AI technology can be used in our products. So everything's put this all together. So TCL will achieve business leadership through the AI technology R&D. So when we have this overview, then we can do many things using AI, including almost all of the AI areas: image processing, computer visions, NLP, extra. So when we have this overview, the next question is, how can we do that? What's the difference between the academics research and the industry R&D? This is the major question that many engineers, particularly young engineers and the staff from the academic asked me lots of times. So today I will just give you a brief based on my experience. At first, let's have a look in the academic research. When you have a big idea, you need data, you have algorithm, and of course you need a GPU, and then you find a benchmark. If your algorithm or your model can reach the SOTA, so you can publish paper and the problem solved. And that's the objective for the academic research. But that's not good enough for the industries. We need to do more work for industries. Let's see the difference. The first of all, about the data. In the industry, we don't have to put lots of efforts on the public data because they're already there. But we need more efforts to do the specific conditions data to solve our problem. Because based on our industry experience, when we have a task, when we have an objective, the data should be help you to reach your objective. And when you have this special data, and you need algorithm, but the algorithm and the model is not only about itself, it need to be efficiency. In other words, the algorithm and model need to solve your problem. And it's not only about reach the SOTA, but it has to be efficiency on our system. And at last, yes, you need GPU, but not only GPU. Based on your hardwares, sometimes our hardware of production is different. Including the GPU, we also need a CPU, FPGA, DSP. And when you're doing this work, you have to think about if your algorithm can be run on these different hardwares. So we can see this totally different. And not only about this, you also need more requirements, productions, deployment, deadlines. You need to meet the deadlines. If you miss the deadlines, even you have a good application, but your competitors already have this on the market, you still can't reach the business success. So when you have everything this, is that all for you for the R&D industries? Actually not. We need two more things. One is about process. Another one is about the organizations. So let's have a look. What's the process we need to do in the industries? Okay, this is very straightforward. You have a big idea, you have requirements, and you understand the requirements, and you define your AI project. And then at last, you hope everything you define in this AI project can in the production online. And at last, it make you the business success. So that's a straightforward process. And you have your data, you have your algorithm, and of course, the next thing you're going to do is more complicated than academics. First of all, you need to do the data management. You need collecting the data, cleaning the data, labeling, and there are many other works in the data management. For me, and based on my experience, this is probably the most important in industries R&D. I tell you the reason later on. And when you have the data, of course, you train the model. That's the most important part in the academics, I think, in the AI in current stage. But it's not only train the model, you need to design your model, analysis, and the implementation, like what I mentioned with efficiency. And when you train your model, you don't have to select the SOTA model. You need to select the best model to suit your task. And when you have your model, the next thing is most important. You need to deploy it. You need to do the implementation and the deployment on the production, and you need also monitoring, maintaining it. And this is one direction, but in industry R&D, it's never be the one-way direction. And sometimes you have to do the much iterations. If there's something wrong, but it always happens, there's some problems in the production, you need to come back to look at your model. And maybe when you look at your model, you figure out there's some problem on the data. So you came back to data management. And of course, sometimes from the production, you just realize that it's totally data problem. So that's why I said data management is always most important in this whole process. So when you're doing this everything, and if you are good engineers, and that make you can go through this process to make sure your AI R&D technologies can be used in the real production to solve the real problem for the industries. But even you have a good process, you know how to do this R&D. But even if you really want to on your business success, it's not only this. You need one more thing, which is the good organizations from industry to help you to make sure everything's on the line. So in TCL, we have a three-level organizations. TCL Corporate Research is focused on the AI R&D and the innovations. And we also collaboration with the institutions and the universities. But on our next level, there's the Ego Lab. They help us to build the platform, the frameworks, and to make sure AI technology can running on it, can testing on it, and can training and the inference on it. And at last, from the business units, research and R&D development, and they are make sure that all the integrations working on the production. They integrate all the applications from TCL Corporate Research, your work, your results. They integrate everything in the system in a single piece of the product, and to make it working. So only you have these three organizations working together as one team, and then you can raise many different innovations for the TCL productions and also in the industries to solve the real world problem. So I won't spend too much time about these examples because I have the demo video later on. So this is just one example that we build this AI perception engine on the cameras of the mobile phones. We're using the AI technologies to help people take the better pictures, better qualities of the pictures, from the denoising, super resolution, HDR, color enhancement, everything is using AI technologies. All of these applications has been used in our products in the mobile phones. And also we have this AI recommendation system. So from this picture, we can see that we have the full system framework to make sure when you develop a very good model using the AI technologies such as transformers, different models to recommend the best movies to the user behaviors, you need the whole system to working. You need to integrate everything with this framework. And this is a very good example that how many works you have to do before you put one AI model in the product. And this is another example for the smart manufacturers. If you want to do the defect inspection, detections, classifications, you need this engine from the training to the inference. And putting this everything together, working as in a system, then you can make the many achievements for the manufacturers to save lots of human cost for them. Okay, I will show you the demo video, but before that, I just finished my speech. Okay, so AI make display greatness and it changes the way you work. TCL is the leading company of the semiconductor display and consumer electronics. So we believe AI innovation can help us to achieve the business success and make us the leadership in the worldwide in the industries. So my name is Dahai, and I'm the general manager of TCL Corporate Research. So if you have any questions, and I'm very happy to send me the email or contact me by the WeChat. And also we have many open positions. If you are interested in the R&D in TCL, and welcome to join us with this different contacts numbers or the LinkedIn. Okay, thank you. I'm going to show you the demo. Okay.